Are there certain areas of the United States where the people of that area have no access to healthy food? Where is this? What is the reason? What impact does it have on the residents of that area? Does anyone want to comment on that?
I'm sure there's a lot of areas, not only where their access is poor, where they don't have like farmers markets and grocery stores that promote that, and there's more processed foods, more fast foods, what they call the food deserts. But I think a lot of the nowadays, thank goodness, with all these food delivery services, you can get things delivered. They tend to be more expensive. And I think the bigger issue is two things. Number one is fruits and vegetables. People have this perception that they're just too expensive. When you order them online, you get them delivered. If you order them organic, that's a problem. When you can find the right way and focus on beans and lentils and potatoes, they're dirt cheap. But I think that a lot of it is just actually more education as well. There's food deserts, and it makes it a huge issue. It's a big problem. And hopefully that's trying to be addressed, but there's still areas that it's abysmal. But if you educate people as about how important it is too, and we try to change the culture, hopefully that'll help. And there's no education, it's just not there. And so people just follow what tastes good, what's convenient, what's available, and that just results in what's not ideal.
I am currently working with a couple of groups where we are petitioning the USDA to alter the federal school lunch program to allow a non-dairy alternative for Black, Asian, Hispanic, Native American, Pacific Islander children who are lactose intolerant, because right now it mandates that all children be provided dairy milk as part of their school lunch. And the USDA has a rule that if a parent wants their child to receive something other than dairy milk on their school lunch tray, they literally have to go to a doctor, have that doctor write a letter stating that the child needs, is lactose intolerant and needs something other than dairy. And then the parent brings the letter to the school where the child is enrolled, and the letter is then taken by the school administrator and goes into the system, and somehow, some way, then they will hopefully find a way to provide the non-dairy alternative for that child. First of all, participation in the school lunch program is needs-based, meaning that the child is allowed to receive the lunch because the family's poor. So requiring that poor people make doctor's appointments to receive, in order to get some letter, is an unfair burden to begin with. But, you know, being Black is not an illness, and it is reprehensible to require people to get a doctor's excuse for something that is a normal condition. But this is the state of racism in our federal school lunch program. And yeah, you hear an edge developing in my voice because this makes me extremely angry. But this is what people of color have to go through when dealing with our government. For everybody who's out there listening to this right now, it'd be really nice if you sent letters, emails, whatever you can to your representative telling them they need to change the federal school lunch program right now, because this is cruel to provide food to these children that they know is going to make them sick. 75% of African Americans, 74% of Native Americans, 90 to 95% of Asian Americans, 54% of Hispanic Americans are lactose intolerant, relative to only 30% of white Americans. That means that forcing these children to take this dairy milk is going to make them sick. And this is almost certainly part of the reason we see this persistent achievement gap between children of color and white kids. Because while the white children are able to study with no problem, the children of color are sick from the crap that they're being fed. So we need to stop this. So yeah, there's a problem with people with people being able to access healthy food. And part of it is coming from our government.